How's it? Today is Monday, December 9th. I am stiff AF. Today is the kind of first day back on a more or less normal training schedule. Last week I was sick, and then at the end of the week I went to LA, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna deload the last week. And it turned out pretty okay. Today I'm just kind of jumping right back into where I was if I did not get sick. So today is some snatch work, basically 3 kilos up from 2 weeks ago. So snatch balance up to 86 for 3 sets of 3, and then some power snatches at 66 for 3 sets of 5 with some Romanian deadlifts at the end. Today was strange. Like my body just feels very, very, very stiff. And I mean, of course, I went to LA on Friday and I came back on Saturday. And so basically, I'm sitting in my car for 6 hours at that point. So it's like I'm always folded just a little bit, and that did not feel good on my back or my legs or most of my body. Here's my first set, by the way, at 86. So with all of that said, like if I'm feeling stiff, that is normal. That is almost expected in that situation. And so when I'm like moving around today again, it just is it feels a little foreign. One thing that I was experiencing as well was my right leg, my hip adductor, so like my groin, was extremely tight, like extremely tight. So when I went down to do these snatch balances for like the overhead squat portion of it, like I did not feel very good. I was like kind of questioning whether or not I should be doing this. Um, but I made it through, and that's okay. It's successful lifting today. Um, After my snatch balances, of course, I did my power snatches. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do 3 sets of 5 at 66 because, well, a lot of tough things, but I think 5 reps is a lot. And then secondarily, like, again, I don't feel the best with the rest of like my body and how I'm moving. But for the most part, I was able to execute today. There were a couple that were definitely not power snatches, but I want to say at least 12 of 13, 11 to 13 of them were definitely power snatches, and that is passable. Um, yeah, I don't know what else I was kind of really dealing with today for the power snatch. Most of my legs and my hips did not feel great. I guess another thing that was ailing me was my hip flexors. Just because they've been so shortened during that time I was driving, my hip flexors felt like they were not ready to be moving the way that I was supposed to move today. But again, it turned out okay. I didn't miss anything, and that is a positive sign. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about where I'm at. My lower back feels fine. My shoulder feels fine. So it's like, okay, if I can just slowly ramp up to the end of the year, then I'll be exactly where I want to be. Yeah, here's my sets. First set, I guess, at the 66 power snatch. So those are definitely powers. 3 of them. We'll count. We'll count. This is borderline, so it's still 3. And I feel like this last one is definitely a power. Yeah, so that's 4 that are definitely powers, but I don't know. I think sometimes when you get a little in the thick of it, like, does it really matter? You know? So that's 5. This is 6. It's just probably dumb to me for to count this. This is 7. Ooh, that was a weird start position and kind of weird movement off the ground. That's 8. Um, yeah, what else do I say here? This video is so long. Um, no, I'll call that 9. So far I've only had one snatch that was not up to snuff. Um, but yeah, here's my last set. 10. I think for this one, I was just trying to be a little bit more aggressive. 11, 12, and you can see there in the way that I'm catching the bar. I am significantly more aggressive. I'm not gonna count down. So we're still at 12, which is kind of that zone that we were saying that I was in earlier. And yeah, not counting down either. So yeah, I said 11 to 13, and ended up being 12. So yeah, I'm more or less focused on whether or not my back is going to be hurting, and when things get to the point where my back is starting to hurt, then I feel like I'm going to be a little bit more sloppy on my technique, just because I'm doing certain things that are going to make it so that my back is able to move. Whereas if I'm doing the most optimal technique, I don't think there's a world where you can have both super optimal technique and my back not hurt. Of course, that is the ideal world, but right now it's like I have to make a lot of compensation moves so that my back doesn't hurt. And then from there, it's like if I can't lift exactly the way I want to, then that's completely fine. So, at some point, I'm going to be able to develop the strength and flexibility and all these things in my lower back so that I can lift exactly the way I want, independent of the way my back feels. But until then, I'm just trying to do what I can with what I have. That is just the main goal of everything. Yeah, after that, I did some pull ups, my pal off press, and yeah, I feel like today was productive, jumping right back into everything. I did not expect things to go super well. But for the most part, with no missed lifts, just a pain in my leg just a little bit, then yeah, it's pretty good. You gotta count your blessings when you can. Yeah, later tonight I'm actually gonna go to a little concert with my girlfriend. I'm super excited about that. Yeah, it's gonna be for Joe Hisaishi, who is like one of the main composers for a lot of the Miyazaki films, and it's going to be a like orchestra cover of them from the Fever company. I don't know, the Candlelight, but yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.